Welcome to another episode of Uncleared Levels, when we spend hours clearing levels that tab can do in minutes. Let's see what we have prepared for today. Shooter single player. Oh yeah, that one was a little bit painful. So yeah, basically just a long adventure in a clown car, which was kind of fun in the beginning. I have it on the speed up because otherwise you wouldn't be able to stay through the whole video. I think like it's my first try or something. Like it was going pretty well. I actually was having fun. It wasn't bad. There was like enough time to react to everything, so it was very enjoyable. Like kind of enjoyable. Like it was very long, but you got a lot of power ups, so it wasn't like super hard. And then I got to this one part. There's always like in these uncleared levels there is sometimes this one part that you'll see in a minute, that made my day pretty bad. Well, basically a dead end. So later I checked in the level viewer, and all the previous pickup paths were like doable. They were like alternate strats. Some were better, some were worse. And this one was like just death. So actually, like I think I got here in like one of the first try, maybe even in the first try. And then I started having bad time with these levels. I like had to develop actual strats. And then this happened. Like once I got here, there was a software error that did not look good, because I think the game didn't want to start later on. Yeah, like there was something with the cards, and I was afraid that my Switch is broken or something. But fortunately, like after inserting it, it never happened again so far. So that's nice. Let's see the end of the rest of the level, because it keeps on going. It just goes and goes and goes. But it like the level generally was fun, but the troll in the yeah, I got a little bit annoyed with the troll there. Oh, and I jumped. As I mentioned it in the previous video, I was still getting accustomed to SMM2 mechanics, so I sometimes do stupid stuff like jump out of the car and things. Here also, like you can see that I actually put a little bit of the story behind the level. Like we don't only get a playthrough, but a little bit of what was going behind the scenes. So I think like it's a little bit more fun. In future videos, I have stories even put together even like a little bit better, because in a few levels I had to like recreate in level creator some parts that I needed to practice. But yeah, okay. Oh, we are already in the next level. I like spaced out a little bit for a moment. So this was like a lot of small challenges, which was generally very fun. The only kind of an issue I had with this one was that some challenges were kind of tough and some were like super easy. So it took a lot of time to get to the next challenge sometimes, like because the previous room was actually very tight. I like, for me obviously, like I'm not very good at the game, but there are other rooms that you just basically had to stay there and do nothing. I really like like here it's nothing really is happening. You're just wasting a lot of time doing nothing. I really like some of the setups. I think the next room with the ghost will be my favorite, because it was like very creative. And no, it's not the next one, maybe after that one. Yeah, it looks like chaotic, but there is like obvious strat that you can use, and it gets a little bit different every time. So it was kind of fun. I really like this part. It was a good room. And obviously another long level, but that's kind of what I expected I'm getting into when I started doing Uncleared Levels. There wasn't enough reaction time in all of those rooms, so in some of them I died before being able to complete them. But overall it was okay level, I think. I wonder if I gave it a like. I don't know, we'll see at the end, probably. There was a lot of creativity to that. Just maybe should be toned out, and like difficulties of the rooms should be evened out. My god, this level is going and going. I honestly thought that it would be finished by now. Oh yeah, so this is the part that was not super easy. I mean, like, it wasn't hard, but you just, like, you had to do all those jumps after all those rooms, so it was a little bit stressful to do, that's all. And this is, like, the first time I got in this room, I thought, like, it's a clock-like thing, but I realized that I still had a P-switch going, so I could, like, ignore the whole sequence and just go straight to the next part. So there was, like, a massive cheese. Maybe I did like one of the previous rooms in a different manner than the creator, and that's because that's why the P-switch was still running. But either way, it was it made things much easier. Do we get a like? Yeah, we gave it a like. It was. I guess there was some creativity to this level, so why not? Dingo Sprinkles. Oh, and this was very fun level. The setups were kind of cool. The thing is they weren't super obvious for me all the time. So it took some time to figure out how to do stuff. Yeah. I'm not proud of it, but it took me a while to figure out how to do the beginning smoothly. Here I'm just like trying to explore a little bit what's in front of me. Here I'm kind of learning the mechanics of holding a bomb and stuff. But what was cool about this level is that once you figured out the strats, it was going pretty smoothly. Which clearly took me a while to figure out. Oh, and I think this was meant to be a reset or something. But if you go back, you just get stuck here. I thought like maybe creator wanted to do a reset that if you fail before you cannot enter the door, you can do it again. But I don't know. Like, it's hard to say because it did not work. Okay, this was kind of a cool part. I think the idea here was to get the spike ball to the top to change the P-switch state and then go through the bottom, get the bomb, something. You can see how I did on my... I think like it's probably one of the first approaches. Yeah, the spike ball should go to the top, not to the bottom, because then you get the bomb, you use the bomb to get through here, and then you get to the pipe, damage boosting your Shelmet or something. But yeah, it was impossible to cheese it like that. But as probably some of you already noticed, it was possible to cheese it like completely differently, just going over the top, and that's what I basically did there. I have no idea why I'm still playing with the spike ball when I know that you can do this. Or at least I suspect that you can do this. And a checkpoint! And this part, this part was very cool, but well, there was a lot of figuring out involved. Trying to find the right strats, the right timing. I actually like timing wasn't bad. The bad part was like strats, because there wasn't much of like micro adjustments and things and managing your jumps and pushing buttons fast. You just needed to figure out what to do. And it might be me, because, you know, I'm just getting into Super Mario Maker 2 again, but a lot of the stuff that I'm doing here in this playthrough wasn't like super obvious straight away. It took a lot of tries and experimenting to figure out what the idea is to get there. You would think that you can get to the pipe from the spring, but you cannot. I tried it. I actually like built the last part in the level to see if I can cheese it anyway, but it was not possible. Overall, like super cool level, just not very obvious setups for me. I hope I gave it a like because there was a lot of creativity involved. Yeah. Do we have something more for today? No, that was all. That was everything we had. We have a little bit of bonus climbing content because I think climbing and Kaizo are kind of similar, and I think I'm trying to promote a little bit climbing among Kaizo enthusiasts. So the boulder I have for today is another one that I set that is basically a traverse, so you go horizontally instead of vertically, and it requires to do everything calmly, and it features a little bit of unobvious beta because here it's easier to stay on the wall when you're like face to it backwards, because most of your weight is closer to the wall this way, and this was actually the easiest way to do it. That's it for today. For next time we have one crazy level that kind of destroyed my life for a while, so hopefully see you next time.